Good morning, everybody, or afternoon, or whatever it is. It's 12:01. I'm so sorry. I'm a minute late. I'm seeing in the chat that everybody's already so prepared for me to lose my mind or to not be able to comprehend this issue. And I have to say, I'm pretty disappointed that that's your guys' feelings on this. You think I won't be able to handle one crowd of supervillains? Echo, you say? Echo? Why? Why would there be an echo? I don't know. Is there still an echo? Tell me, is it still there? Saying words that are echoing? No? How about if I turn the music back on, is there an echo now? If I turn the music back on. No? Okay, well anyway. No idea what that was. But for some reason, you guys are expecting that I'm just going to lose my mind, lose my marbles over this Justice League Adventures issue. You're probably right. So, but before I get started, I do want to talk about a couple of more serious things. A lot going on in the world right now, as I'm sure you're very aware. Before we get started, I do want to talk about how we are doing our best not to stay completely silent about everything that's happening right now. Maddie is doing a lot of good social media posts. I'm just going to turn the music off then, if that's the case. Hopefully that's fine without the music then. Anyway, yeah, Maddie's been doing a lot of social media posts about what's going on, trying to stay on top of it, trying to be a little more hand in hand with comic book content, that kind of thing, kind of trying to keep it to our usual stuff, but it is not something that we want to, just pretend isn't going on. We were continuing to do our normally scheduled streams and videos on the YouTube channel and stuff, because we... is there still seriously an echo going on? There's never... Okay. Because this has never happened, so I have no idea what to even change about it. Okay, anyway. Yeah, we're continuing to do our normal videos and streams, sort of as a distraction to what's going on. It's healthy to have a sort of a distraction every once in a while, but we do obviously realize we are very privileged to be able to distract ourselves and to have that distraction for others as well. So we're doing all that we can to kind of give you that, kind of continue, if we suddenly stopped everything that we were doing, it might be a little more disheartening than if we didn't. But we can't stay distracted. We have to do all we can. And so we are actually going to be donating a portion of our monthly intake from our content creation to organizations that are helping during this time. We were going to go with the Minnesota Freedom Fund, which I have up here. I was going to talk about, this is an organization that they provide bailout payments for those who are jailed during the protests. Jailed as in not, probably shouldn't be in there kind of stuff. And but right now, if you go to their donate page, they are paused on donations because of an overwhelming flooding of donations going on. So we're going to be, over the next couple of, over the next few hours, hopefully, Maddie and Ted and I are going to be working on figuring out the best kind of replacement organization to donate to, or if these guys come back on, that sort of thing. So this is a percentage we make off of anything, the streams, the YouTube videos, Patreon, all that stuff for the next month, and possibly after, depending on how long this continues to be something. I mean, obviously it's been a thing for far too long, and will theoretically, hopefully, continue, or not continue. Hopefully will theoretically be on the downturn of being in our face every day. So anyway, hoping that we can help however we can, sitting behind our computers reading Batman books. So that being said, let's dive in to Justice League Adventures number 6. This has been coming up for a while. Everybody's been pretty much anticipating this one since I announced that I was starting to do these. Luckily, it's pretty early on in the Justice League Adventures run, so it's going to be one that's, as you'll see, if you're not familiar with it at all, you'll very quickly see why some people have been anticipating it. You're all good, Bob. That's the perfect the perfect distraction. So this issue was written by Dan Slott. He was involved with Batman Adventures Volume 2 pretty heavily. You can find him at Dan Slott on Twitter. He was also involved with Amazing Spider-Man and a bunch of other Marvel stuff. He continues to include that on his cover photo, but we know better. Batman Adventures Volume 2 for life. Drawn by Min SQ. I always bring this page up because Min SQ does not have social media that I've ever been able to find, but always what comes to mind with him is his garage from at least the early 2000s. No idea if his garage still looks like this or not, but this is a page on DCAnimated.com, the world's finest, where he has, at the time anyway, he had his entire garage wall painted with the Justice League in his art style for Justice League Adventures. So that's what always comes to mind for me. For him, he's the artist of this issue and many, many, many other issues. And then we got, on inks, we got Dan Davis. You can find him at dandavisart.com. Oh, Garfield. Perfect timing. He's done a lot of stuff. Recently, he's been doing this All Luck Comics Adventure thing, but he was also inks on a bunch of, as you can see, DC animated style stuff. So he's been around a while. We were following him on Instagram as well, but I'm sure all of his social media is able to be found here on his website, dandavisart.com. So those are the people behind this issue's creation. As always, I'm going to be going through the issue 2 times. First is just reading the issue. There are so many characters in this issue. I have no idea how I'm going to keep up with doing unique voices for for every single person. I've been debating whether I should do Kronos as trying to do an impression of Kronos's JLU voice. You know, his what's his wife's name? Enid. You know, his very like meek, like ooh kind of voice. Or if I should try to choose you know, another accent or fictional character or something to do for Kronos, because he's going to be talking quite a bit. As for all the other villains in the crowd, I'll probably just try to... it's just going to be me doing what I can. But, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to read through it once, like I said. Second time is to take notes on timeline, canonicity, all the appearances, everything. I'm sure I will be marking this one in red. That's what I've been doing for ones that seem pretty much blatantly not canon, or at least difficult-er to put into canon. I really wish I could turn on the background music, though, because that's something I feel like that helps fill the dead space a little bit. Here, we're going to do a quick test. I'm going to turn it back on. You can tell me if there's an echo in my voice or in the music. Has the echo begun now that I've turned on the music? You can tell me in the chat. And if it is, then I'll just turn it off and not worry about it. Okay. All right. Well, don't know what that is. Have no idea. Maybe the microphone monitoring is on, in which case I would be hearing... Let's see. I know that I can set it to not monitor the audio. Apologies for the... There we go. Microphone monitor and output. Let's just do monitor off. And let's try this. Now the music's back. I'm talking. Monitor should be off. Is there an echo? Echo yes. Echo no. No. I'm seeing no. I think I fixed it. Okay. I think that's a nice, a little more pleasant atmosphere for these, is with the lo-fi beats. So anyway, all right, let's finally jump in, like 10 minutes into this thing. Let me go full screen and we'll get started. Okay. Oh no, I want to go reading mode. There we go. Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman. Trust me when I tell you this, you will never find 3 more timeless heroes. And I do mean that literally, for you see, I've plucked them out of the time stream, and here they stand, frozen in a moment like flies trapped in amber, all courtesy of yours truly, Kronos the Time Thief. So I have to ask you, what's my first bid? Criminal masterminds, crooks, thieves, thugs, and psychopaths. Never before has there been such a gathering of supervillains. Against such overwhelming odds do the world's greatest superheroes even stand a chance. Justice League in wolf's clothing. Holy crap. Good luck, James, in the second half of this, plucking everyone out of this crowd. $1 million! 5 million. 7 million. 10 million. Is that everyone? Yeah, that's everyone. Good old skin-colored Poison Ivy there. Brought to you by your very own Rogues Gallery of some of the people that I mentioned and other people. Oh. Meantime Island, Kronos' secret base located somewhere along Earth's prime meridian. $20 million, 25, 30. Stop outbidding me. $1 billion like you have $1 billion. Shut up, wham. Hey, what are you doing? $20 on Evil Star. Oh, who's saying that? Oh, well, $20 on Evil Star. You're on. Thunk, whip. Ah, take that. Yeah, they're all fighting. Thought you were hot stuff, didn't you, Heatwave? Fall before the power of Count Vertigo. Watch it. Stop it. Right now. This is sensitive equipment, you idiots. One wrong shot, freeze beam, or boomerang. Whoomp. And the 3 most powerful superheroes in the world will be free to clean our clocks. I'm calling a timeout, so go settle your differences somewhere else. Bidding will resume in 1 hour. Serious offers only, and someone get these losers out of here. What a grouch. Now, the way I see it, if we pool all our loot, no one can stop us. Cold. Huh? That is what you call yourself, Captain Cold. You are nothing but a pale reflection of Mr. Freeze. Your ice gun, however, is an exact copy of my own. You've stolen my brilliant designs, and for that, a price must be paid. A cold price, indeed. And wait, don't tell me this is your price gun? Professor Zoom, the Reverse Flash. Maybe nobody told you, but when you pick one of the Central City rogues, you take us all on. I should have been doing that from the start, his DCAU voice. Right, boys? No, suit can't take stress. Keep pouring it on. We're about to blow this popsicle stand. Ah, kchoom. Fools, laugh while you can. I'll be back. Did you see the look on his... Hey, where's his head? Alright, I gotta think of somehow some of these people sound before I continue. It is about the Zeta Project in a way. Everything is, if you think about it. We're all crooks, right? So riddle me this. Why pay for those heroes when we can just steal them? Because Kronos hired a few security guards to guard them. The Royal Flush Gang. Get them. Ooh, what have we here? A regular feast for the eyes. Fuck, whap, zack, zow! But then again, to the parasite, everything's a feast one way or another. And Bane here looks like a good first course. Get off him! Don't worry, Clayface, you'll get your turn. Though personally, I'd rather be snacking on Superman. After all, he's got way better powers to steal. Thwop! But hey, I can make do with what's in hand, and I doubt your boss Kronos would mind if I snatched up some guys who were gonna rip him off. Not at all. I don't sense that I'm being followed. Good. Whoop. For I am certain that few in this society of supervillains would be pleased to know that the one they've been calling the Parasite is actually Jean Jones, the Martian Manhunter. Ugh, look at his arm. He's so leaky. Gross. He's carrying people inside his skin, basically. 5 more prisoners for the stasis pods, and still so many more to go. Heads up, Jean. Incoming. Roxy Rocket, or should I say Hawk Girl. How goes it? Well enough. Here's another one for our collection. And this one is... the Floronic Man. Along with Poison Ivy, that takes care of all our foes who can use the island's flora against us. Excellent. But for our plan to work, we need to focus our energy manipulators. Focus on energy manipulators, those who might be able to disrupt Green Lantern's power ring. Someone mentioned my name? Good to see you, Lantern. Any word on the Flash? Last I saw, he was stuck with his group. If I see an opening, I'll use my shape-shifting powers to trade places and relieve him. In the meantime, we should return to the auction. Our hour is up, and it's well past time to head back into the Lion's Den. Ladies, gentlemen, calm yourselves. I believe the last bid was $1 billion? What's the point of all this nonsense? I don't want to buy Superman. I just want him dead. Zam. Metallo? Eat kryptonite and die, you big blue Boy Scout. Hey, what gives? Nothing's happening. Of course not, you dolts. He's frozen in a specific moment of time, and since he wasn't being affected by kryptonite then, he won't be affected by it now. Is thinking in 4 dimensions really that hard? Oh, I read bad Metallo impression. I was upset, but thank you. Frozen, you say? Then there's nothing Batman can do to stop me from sneaking a little peek under his cowl. Are you an idiot? If you break the plane of the stasis field, you could free them all. Perhaps that was precisely what... I'm gonna have to do some sort of... This is the brain. I need some sort of... I should have thought this through. Hang on. This Hal Jordan thing. Maybe it'll... Yes, that'll work. Perhaps that was precisely what she was trying to do. For those of you who don't know me, I am the brain, hyper-intelligence leader of the Brotherhood of Evil. I have weighed all available factors, our thinning numbers, certain erratic behaviors, and have reached one unavoidable conclusion. The Justice League are here in disguise, and they are taking us down one by one. But with my great intellect, it won't take me long to ferret out the 4 vipers in our midst. No, he's not French. The monkey, the gorilla is, I think. At least I'm doing the Teen Titans thing. There's the shapeshifter Jean Jones, Hawkgirl, Green Lantern, and of course, the Flash. Well, okay. Why hasn't he had any Z's or anything? I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'm going with it. I'm already here. Whoa. What are you guys looking at? The Flash, eh? Wonder where he'd be hiding. Get him, rogues! Foosh brack! You're going down, speedster! Zack! Lunatics! You'll have to catch me first. Stop! The master has not given you leave. Let them go, Mala. There are more important matters at hand. Amazo, Shark, Grundy, gather up the women. Why the women, master? Because, Mala, there are only 6 left standing, since one of them must be Hawkgirl. Finding her will be a simple matter of deduction. Madame Rouge, Ten, and Queen are all members of groups, which would be harder to infiltrate. Queen Bee, too obvious. I've figured it out. Hawkgirl is disguised as Catwoman. What? After all, she did try to free the heroes, and when you realize that Hawkgirl is a master of ancient weapons like Catwoman's whip... Master! Don't interrupt, Mala. I know she's getting away. Warp? Oui. She is as good as got. But how? I am, as you say, a teleporter. Here you go, mon ami. Mon ami? Since when has Warp ever called you his friend? Oh my god. Perhaps we should have un petit chat with him, Mala. God damn it. Warp, parlez-vous français? Oh, I'm not gonna be able to do this. I'm French, un membre de Ligue de Justice. Oui, c'est magnifique. The words I can't say? Heck with this. I'm out of here. the real Flash, I presume. Well, I'll be. After him, Deadshot. I've got him in my sights. It won't be long till we hunt him down like a dog. Ugh. You put up a good fight, Flasheroo, but not good enough. What the? Eobard Thawne? But he is the Reverse Flash. Straight. Captain Boomerang. Boomer, where are you going? Back to the Allegalas. There's strength in numbers, mate. He's got a point. With all these other heroes running around, we're better off sticking together. You're the Martian Manhunter. Admit it. Whoosh. Huh. Solomon Grundy smash you good. Fuck. Oh, Chalk. I'm so sorry. Ooh. Slam. Ugh. Ah! Aha! Take that, you Martian freak. I got you. You can change your shape, Manhunter, but not your weakness. Fire. Firefly, of course fire hurts Amazo. He has all the Justice League's powers and their weaknesses. What are you, some kind of moron? Hey, Major Disaster. Shut up! Ah! This is crazy. What are we doing at this auction? We're Flash villains. Come on, mate. Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman? What crook could pass that up? I just had a thought. You know that sting the cops used to run back when we were just ordinary crooks? They'd send us free tickets to a ball game. Yeah, or a boat show. And as soon as we'd all show up, they'd lock the doors and you don't think, oh no! Well, if we've been set up, there's only one way to know for sure. We're gonna look a right bunch of drongos if we're wrong. Swoosh. Pachow. Bing. Holograms. They were never there at all. Just smoke and mirrors. I should have known. Kronos, why'd you do it, mate? Why'd you dob us in? Easy now. You. What's the meaning of this? What are you all doing on my island?
Good job,
Kronos? Hey, what's going on here? Wait, I got it. Maybe he's a Kronos from the future. Criminals. Superstitious, cowardly, and monumentally stupid. Thwack, smack. Justice League, listen up. It's time to spring the trap. I'm on it, Batman. Count Vertigo? He was the Green Lantern the entire time? You got it, Jack. And now me and this green energy dome are gonna make sure that you and your friends don't hit the road. Finally, no more of this skulking about. We can gird ourselves for battle. And strike! This is not good. Blast! Boom! Kirak! King Shark is a shark. Solomon Grundy! Flying! How? Of course, Superman! Tam! Zutalo! Master, look! Up in the sky! But this can't be. If Roxy Rocket is Hawkgirl, then who is Catwoman? Here, let me give you a hint. Die, Superman! Clang! Die! Thanks for the assist, Wonder Woman. I appreciate it. Anytime, Superman. I just hope the rest of the team is faring as well. You led us on quite the merry chase, Flash. But we got you now. Come on, guys. Let's blow him away. I don't think so. In fact, now that I've caught my breath, maybe I should blow you away. Whoosh. Whoa, way to huff and puff, big guy. Thanks, Flash. No, thank you for swapping places at the last second, John. Now what do you say we gather up these blowhards and get back to the others? Epilogue? Keep that a secret, why don't you? This was an excellent plan, Batman. And I must commend you all on your exceptional gifts for disguise. That's quite a compliment coming from you. Jean, wham! Oh! Oh! Batman, what on earth? Ah, Amazo. He just knew for no reason. Hey gang, what's up? We miss anything? Not much. Not much. Just wrapping up loose ends. Oh, so how'd you know it wasn't Jean? When you work with people long enough, you get to know who they really are. You mean like friends? Come on, there's still more trash to pick up. The end. Okay, lots of stuff. Obviously we're gonna have to go through this and write down every character that appears. Luckily some of that work is already done for us on the, I'll read your thing here in a minute, Vader. I'm gonna go to first. Gotta find it here. Maybe it's this one. Nope. I know it's here somewhere. Aha. There are model sheets actually for this comic that Miniscu did. So at least, you know, a good chunk of the crowd that I might not have known otherwise are listed here for us. These all seem like ones I would have already known, so unfortunately not a huge help, but we will make it happen. So let's see. This was, I believe it's called Wolf's Clothing. I'm going to set this back to normal page mode. Yes, Wolf's Clothing. Is it with an apostrophe? Yes. Okay. Okay, let's go back in the chat here, catch up a bit before we switch over to notes. Those of us just now joining us, just finished Justice League Adventures number 6. This is probably the best page to show for it. Now we're going to be going back through the issue a little bit slower, a little bit more meticulously, picking out all of the appearances of characters, locations, objects, anything that is very, like, obviously doesn't work with the continuity of the cartoons, which are of a higher canonicity tier. Any references to things that happened in the show, time, concrete is like appearances of characters that we definitely know the first episode they appeared in, or like the origin of. Pop culture, any references to pop culture. Weather is obvious stuff like snow, hurricanes, references to it being summer or anything. Other timeline clues, and then any other notes that I want to take on the thing. So let's see. Okay. That was mostly talk about Echo here. Count Vertigo. No, he didn't die in BTAS unless we saw his body, cremated, all that stuff. Nobody dies in the animated universe unless they definitely do. But yeah, I think there were two. We'll get to this kind of stuff as we go, but I think there were two Count Vertigos. Maybe I'm wrong. For some reason, I thought there were. I think the DC wiki is going to have a better. Yeah, here we go. Disambiguation. So, no, maybe not. Maybe it is just the one guy. I wonder what they list his. They probably just list this guy as the same guy. 2 appearances. Is it going to be this? Yep. Okay. So they list him as the same guy. Obviously, the wikis aren't always something to fully trust in, but it can definitely be the same guy. He's of course a bit younger looking, different costume, but it doesn't really contradict anything. Okay. So, chronologically, Grundy's first appearance at DCAU was Fury Part 1. This issue was released. Well, okay. By air date order, I believe that's accurate. But Injustice for All comes before Fury, chronologically. Injustice Gang lineage there. Poison Ivy have her BTAS design. It's the TMBA. Someone mentioned that also. It's the TMBA designed with like normal, Caucasian skin color. There's no green tint to it or gray like in the cartoons, but that happens a lot in these tie-in comics. Gotham Adventures, Batman Adventures. Well, Batman Adventures Volume 2 was consistent because it was part of the plot, but Gotham Adventures and this comic and something else definitely flip back and forth. The Poison Ivy video that we've been infinitely working on for the last year or so, it's part of our storyline going through the channel, so it's been postponed a number of times because of that. And we'll be eventually getting to it once we can all get back into the same physical location and film together. But we'll be definitely talking about that when the time comes. Floronic Man, yep. We'll get to that. Selena Kyle wishes she sounded as sultry seductive as James Striker. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure about the French thing. We'll figure that out when we look him up. Carter Hall could take his wings off. Yep. But she cannot. They are part of her body. Why is Captain Boomerang's hair black? I don't know. It just is on this little model sheet here. Oh, yes. Thank you to Schmitz707 for following us. There was also a couple people before the stream began. Who was that? Let's see. Kmaster2464, JR the Artist, Westbone69, and Once and Future Nerd. They all followed right before the stream began, so thank you very much. The more followers we get on here on Twitch, the more options we have to open up custom emojis and all sorts of cool stuff. Mazo looks different. Yep. If this is an episode of the show, I feel like Shira would have not been in this episode. Okay. Vader. I originally had a theory for this issue that could have helped it fit into canon. I originally thought that the Kronos in this issue could be Walker Gabriel, the second Kronos. Okay. And the current Kronos at the time of the comics release. Majestic Adventures number 11, the sequel. Yeah, it is David Clinton for sure. Number 11 shows David's face, portraying him as an older man looking around his 50s. Somehow David could have gotten out of his time loop and resumed his role as Kronos. The Kronos from number 11 also comes from the Batman Beyond era. Yeah, I'm gonna save Kronos theories till because I'm definitely familiar with that later Kronos issue, where it ties in a lot to his like history as a person. So once we get to that, it'll be easier to tell, like, you know, if we wanted to try to shove this into the DCAU. I'm hoping to kind of approach this comic in that way when we do the Will It Canon video, is a, you know, if it did fit into the DCAU, like, how could we make it happen? That's something that people have been kind of requesting with the other Will It Canons, like Teen Titans and stuff, is like, if it did fit into the DCAU, like, how could we make it fit in the DCAU, basically, if possible. Looks like you've got to update that Martian Manager powers and abilities video. Oh, the skin bag that he's carrying. Or the super breath, I guess, is maybe what you're talking about. I linked that model sheet in the Discord. I'd like to take a look at it. Yes, I can. Oh, secret Discord. That's not secret. Come join the Discord. Here is that for you, Dan. DCAU Reverse Flash is beautiful in its simplicity. Yeah, it's just exactly Wally with flipped colors. The symbol is even the same direction still. Okay. Eobardthon is Barry Allen's Reverse Flash. Hunter's Element is Wally West. Yes, correct. I think. Yeah, he was definitely Eobardthon in this. It was listed as him, or he was named. I believe the Dr. Light stuff doesn't overlap in the comics, but I don't think there's any reason it couldn't. I don't think the characters are actually really tied to each other. Kimio Hoshi, the female Dr. Light that's in the Justice League, she was hit by, if I remember correctly, a like antimatter beam from Crisis on Infinite Earth's shenanigans, and that's how she got her powers. It doesn't have any link to the Dr. Light, bad guy Dr. Light, but for whatever reason they just have very similar costumes. There's probably more to it that I'm not aware of, that I would be happy to be educated on. Is this the last time we see Poison Ivy in the DCAU? Is Justice League vs. Fatal 5? Is this the last time we see Poison Ivy in the DCAU? Oh, is the last time we see Poison Ivy in the DCAU? Yes, that's the most future point that we see Poison Ivy, I believe. Oh, you're right. It might be. No, I think Fatal 5 is after the Harley and Ivy comic. I'm pretty damn sure. Don't think Reverse Flash exists in the DCAU, since I'm pretty sure it's his only appearance in any time media outside of the Brainiac Justice Lord, of course. Queen Bee looks very different in JLU. This may have been a different version. What I'm coming up on, and what we'll talk about, I guess, as we get to this page, is originally when I had this comic as a kid, I'm not really paying attention to that kind of stuff. As we're doing stuff for the channel, and there are we're diving deep into episodes, movies, comics, all this stuff. Initially, my thought was, okay, if a character looks different in this, then they're not the same character that we see later on. But the batsuit Joker face rules and regulations would lead us to believe that it is possible that characters like, we got Dr. Polaris over here, looks very different than he does in JLU, but that doesn't mean that this isn't just an earlier costume that he had. Same with the Key. Let's see, Major Disaster here looks pretty similar, but not quite. Stuff like that. That's like, if the design for the character is not the same as it is in Justice League, or something else later that contradicts it, that alone isn't really enough to say that something isn't canon. It's stuff that we will come across, such as just the mere existence of Amazo in this comic is a little bit questionable, or Kronos, characters that they don't encounter, that have like origin episodes, and they don't encounter until later. That's the kind of stuff that is always interesting about these comics, because I think it was when we were talking to Scott Peterson. You can find the interview for that. He's a Gotham Adventures writer. He was talking about how he always felt it wasn't their place to, as the comics team, introduce a new character that hadn't been on the show yet, because if they brought in the Riddler, now the comic has, they brought in the Riddler on the cartoon, now the comic has the ability to use the Riddler in a way that they know they haven't established, okay, this is the Riddler they're using on the show, this is his personality, this is what he can do, blah blah blah. They would still be risking taking the character in a direction that the show didn't want to, but if they stick to smaller scale stories that don't change the arc of the character, they're just a little heist or something, that's fine. But so it's always been interesting to me when they do stuff like this in Justice League Adventures. It's as if they had a completely separate list of like rules for this comic of like, just do whatever you want, it doesn't matter, we just want merchandise, we just want people to buy the comic. So stuff like Floronic Man being here, he's not going to come into play until like 15 years later. It's always interesting to me. Both Dr. Lights exist simultaneously in the mainstream DCU, so I don't see why that can't be the same. It does overlap in the comics. Okay. Well, I don't know. Ted's the comic guy, and he happens to be here this time. Since he gave you that pick den, now you can never post a video before Jan. Yeah, correct. If you're in the Discord and if I post a new video for the day and you're in the Discord, you have to give me 15 minutes to post the video in the Discord. If I don't do it in 15 minutes, then you have my permission to post it in the Discord. Okay, that goes for everyone, not just Bob. This is a rule from now on. You can cite at 40 minutes into the stream, or 44 minutes into whatever. I don't know what this is. Batman vs. Volume 2, Poison Ivy's plant clone dies. She has to get a new one by Batman and Harley Quinn. That one's, that's all for the Poison Ivy video. I'm not going to get into it right now, but that is definitely a whole mess that we're going to deal with at some point. Evil Star has a cape. Don't think he had that in JLU. Correct. But again, costume stuff, For me, it could be that another person using the same identity argument only applies if there's been several different versions of that character in the comics at that point, and even then you're going to have to make a damn fine case beyond they look different to convince me. Yep. I always thought Evil Star was taking control of Starro, and that's mainly because the Red Stars. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird... He's a funny, like Golden Age design or Silver Age design or whatever. Are the Gotham Adventures all standalone issues? Because I have sparse issues. You can, most of the DCAU tie-in comics you can just read however you want. They don't have a lot of through-line plots. Okay, all right. Finally, starting on this. So we have Wonder Woman, Superman. Now these turn out to be holograms that aren't actually these people, but they are in this comic, so I will go ahead and count them here. Make Justice League Adventures number 5 canon. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Again, I'll do my best to... How could this work? Pluck them out of the time stream. Okay, now we got Kronos. Still got music going here? I think so. Yep. say goodbye to Mr. J here. Thank you for your services using your torso as a robot voice. Okay. Whew. So we got here. I'm gonna go top in like a row sort of fashion. So this was Warp, and we know him to be Flash. I think it's insinuated that everyone attending this auction was there at one point. They were picked off by Justice League members and replaced by them, because I think they talk about being invited to this. Anyway, that you would think that Kronos would be like, why is Warp here? I didn't invite Warp. He's also part of the Brotherhood of Evil, so he would just come with the package, I guess. But anyway, so Warp, we got Queen Bee. It's gonna get long fast. Solomon Grundy, that's what she said. We got Floronic Man. Oh my gosh. Is this supposed to be Madame Rouge? Because she's blue. But she's stretchy like Madame Rouge. I think that's who that's supposed to be. Madame Rouge. And Amazo. Oops. I'm gonna scroll down so we got more room. Yeah, we really don't need that many stretchy guys. It's just way too many. Okay, we got Monsieur Malat. Is that how you spell it? I don't think it is. I think I fucked it up. Yeah, I-E-U-R. I almost had it. And the Brain. Okay. We got King, Ace. Now this is their Spades, the Royal Flush Gang. See, we've talked about this before about both tabs open on screen at once. I don't like to do that just because of already how much this is blown up. And also my two monitors here are like side by side. I'm on this one with Streamlabs. Bleh, it's fine. I don't care. Yeah, anyway, Royal Flush Gang, I think they I think we've talked about this in the Vanishing Point, that they're the first Royal Flush Gang to appear in the DCAU, or in the like present day DCAU, but there's no, I'm just gonna put does Royal Flush Gang work with established Royal Flush Gang lineage? Check Vanishing Point. These are the times where I kind of just leave myself notes like that to go back and figure it out later, because it's not readily in my brain. Okay, we had King 8, we got Black Manta hiding down in there. And we know it's him because here he is listed on here as Black Manta. So it's not Devil Ray. Okay, Cheetah and Firefly and Queen. Cheetah, Firefly, Queen. Okay, so we got Dr. Polaris. No, I think Black Manta's in it one other time, but I can't remember. Dr. Polaris, Mr. Freeze. What did Joker? What are you saying Joker invented? Oh. Yes. It does seem like, yeah, he says it's the world debut of the Royal Flush Gang in Wildcards. We've had conversations with fans before about whether that means they're the debut of that particular Royal Flush Gang, but it definitely seems like it's intended to be the first Royal Flush Gang in the continuity. Okay, Mr. Freed, Metallo, Deadshot, Doctor. Oh my God. No, Count Vertigo. So many doctors, I get confused. King Shark, or is it just the Shark? It might just be the Shark. The Shark, because I know there's one in JLU. I think it is just the Shark and not King Shark. Yeah, because see, King Shark is a shark, but this just looks like a shark, so it's hard to tell. Yeah, so they have DC Wiki has the shark listed as the JLU one. Definitely looks more like what's intended here, so I'm gonna do the shark. Is he on here? No. Okay. Parasite and Reverse Flash. Parasite, Reverse Flash. Ooh, this is gonna be a long one. Okay, Catwoman and the Key and Bane. Now, is this Dr. Spectro? I think that's Dr. Spectro because he's got the. Yes, okay. He also appeared in JLU. King Shark is a shark, but King Shark is not the shark. Yeah, that's the proper way to remember it, I think. Starting for a test. Tomorrow stream is Ted playing Batman the Animated Series Game Boy. Thursday is Maddie because it's Thursday. Okay, then we got Evil Star and Mirror Master and oh my gosh, Major Disaster. That's actually what it is. Roxy Rocket. So many people. Clayface. Captain Cold. Jack. Captain Boomerang. Heatwave. Dr. Light. See, there's another doctor. Scarecrow. Weather Wizard. Poison Ivy. Riddler and 10. Okay. Whew. I think that's everybody. Did I miss anyone in the crowd here? Don't think so. Oh, trees. Trees and ferns. Okay, I think I got everybody. I did get Deadshot, yes. He is right to that one. Did I write down Cheetah? Yep. And I think that's it. Also take place during Captain Boomerang's time with Task Force X. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Because he's been, he's been there for 5 years by 2004. So yeah, 99. Sometimes you guys know our videos better than we do, or remember everything. Okay, so I'm gonna say, let's see, we got flying playing cards. Those stand out. And what else? Nothing really, let's see. He's gonna talk about the stasis field thing eventually. But for locations, we have Meantime Island, which I believe is the location for the entirety of this issue. Yeah, he's down here. He's right here. It doesn't extend past the screen because there's so many people. It's Crazy Quilt. Yeah. Is it really, though? I don't think so, but it would be kind of funny if it was. Oh, come on. Show me the DC guy. Oh, man. Now I'm torn of which one it is. What do you think, Ted? Are you still here, Ted? It might actually be him. We got Crazy Quill. I mean, they are in like more patch kind of. Here's a better look at it. Spectro Quilt. Let's see. Dr. Spectro DC. Let's get a better look at this guy. Yeah, those costumes are definitely. I think you're right. Let's find out if Crazy Quilt has ever been listed on these wikis. Yeah, okay. All right, I'll go with it. Good catch, thank you. Crazy Quilt, hashtag Crazy Quilt is canon. Or is he? Probably not. Okay. Continuing on. Okay, Count Vertigo has, like, hand stuff. In the show, he just had his little eyepiece. So I'll put that down in the non-canon, just kind of questionable. Count Vertigo has superpowers. Crazy Quilt is questionably canon. Yeah, the alliteration is strong. Okay. Crazy Quilt is questionably canon. Crazy Quilt is questionably canon. I couldn't even do it twice. Okay, I'm calling a timeout. Oh my gosh, DC Universe, come on. Bidding will resume in 1 hour. Okay. So we got bidding pauses for 1 hour. I don't know, Bacon. Good question. I wish that we did. Or at least 100,000. If you want to share our videos everywhere and anywhere, please do so. Serious offers only. What a grouch. I'm gonna assume that no new characters appear for the rest of the issue, except for the Justice Leaguers, because there's not a, they would have been listed there. Although I'm confused who this is down here. I guess that's Crazy Quilt. He got taken out real fast. Yeah, correct about Firefly. Well, thank you, Bacon. Always appreciate Bacon. I'm gonna say hair color is the same as the costumes. You can change your hair color. Okay. He says Captain Cold's gun is exactly the same as Mr. Freeze's. I don't think that was the case in JLU. Again, he could get a different Cold gun. Hey, I drew this a long time ago. Yeah, this is not. I know that's Tim Levin's drawing, but he's got a. Yeah, it's a different. There it is. That's a different gun. So, got. Oh boy. Captain Cold has the. Same gun as Mr. Freeze, doesn't by JLU. Yeah, does Mr. Freeze's timeline work with this appearance? He's kind of all over the place once we get to early 2000s, past Batman Adventures Volume 2. There's a lot of back and forth between him being in Arkham or not, or in his costume, or being just a head, or whatever. So I'll have to check that later. Okay. And
Wait, don't tell me. This is your price gun. Maybe nobody told you, but when you pick on one of the Central City rogues, you take us all on. When Batman shot me through the brain, I came here to Justice League Adventures to stop the bullet hole. Like how Heatwave, Weather Wizard, and Captain Cold shoot Mr. Freeze with, like, ray guns, and Captain Boomerang is just, yeah, I'll throw a boomerang at him. That'll show him. I'll go, maybe that's what bursts him out of his body. Who knows? It's just TNBA, the new Batman Adventures. I've been wanting to do a video for a while on all acronyms in DC animation. Maybe I should do that soon. Not trying to dog on you. I just mean a lot of people are calling the DCAU DCAU. Those are two different things. Same with acronyms for the show names, or you know how it goes. Okay. We got Green Lantern just showed up on this page. Green Lantern. Yeah, I guess he just really wanted the Justice League. He wanted to buy the Justice League or whatever. Okay. Batman villains gathering up. Riddler and Bane work together in nighttime, so this isn't out of the question. Clayface is a little questionable, like why would he want the and also he's, let's see, I'm gonna write this down also. Same with Mr. Freeze. Does Clayface's timeline work with this appearance? Because Clayface, I mean, now we've seen he's in Batman The Adventures Continue. If that is pre-Justice League, then that's the last time we currently see him before he shows up in Morgan Edge's mansion in big canisters in Secret Society. So no telling, he's another all over the place character that we should do a timeline video on at some point. We've got Poison Ivy has normal skin color instead of green. Lots of fighting, lots of nothing. It's interesting that, I guess, so this is Jean Jones as Parasite, and he's like pretending to be Parasite, so he is theoretically just like, I don't know how this works, because Parasite grabs somebody, saps all of their strength into himself, and then they're weak. Jean Jones could easily be like, he could transform himself into having the powers of whatever thing to pretend to be Parasite, but he couldn't suck the life out of them or whatever like Parasite does. So it's weird that they still like, collapse. Maybe that's something Jean can do. Jean as Parasite still somehow manages to sap their strength? Question mark. So much dust in here. I got a new drawing tablet. You can't see it. It's one you can draw right onto, and I'm really excited to play around with that. I did a little bit yesterday. It seems like it's gonna be a lot of fun for Legacies issues, for animated stuff on the channel. Commission artwork, all that stuff. It'd be pretty cool. Okay. I really don't like. Oh, it's because he's Clayface. He's made this bag that he's putting people in. But are all of the are Clayface and Bane and Poison Ivy and Scarecrow and Riddler in this like 4 foot wide bag of skin? I don't understand. Okay. Anyway. Okay, so this looks like kind of like an extension of the Watchtower. Some sort of facility that they've built on the island, but it's still the island and there's no real way to tell. I'm gonna put Roxy Rockets Rocket. Thank you for blessing me. Let's see, we got names here. Yep, Black Manta still. Oops. Riddler, Clayface, Bane. Yep, okay. Just checking if there was anybody that didn't catch before. Hawk Girl. You guys are confusing me with the colors of your name. I think I said thank you to Bob for blessing me, but it was Adam. Hi, Adam. Riddler has roughly 70 broken bones. This is why. That's also how he managed to fit him inside this bag with everybody. I should probably write down Floronic Man is here. Does that work with Swamp Thing timeline? Because I'm pretty sure it's basically insinuated that he's not around until Swamp Thing becomes Swamp Thing. And I can't remember what year that is. This is all stuff to try and kind of line up later on. Catsoka. I wasn't even there when that started. I don't know the Catsoka Begins. I was just there for Catsoka Rises. Green Lantern's power ring is mentioned, so I'm going to include it this time. Oops, I keep going back to that on accident. Okay. That's probably it for this page. I don't want to buy Superman. I just want him dead. Metallo. Okay, Kryptonite. Frozen a specific moment of time. Okay, I'm just gonna call it Kronos's stasis field until we come across a different name. Oh, I see. Okay. By the way, you probably noticed I managed to fix the chat window to where it shows the entirety of the chat as it's happening, not just the last couple messages that happened and then they fade away. So I think it's a lot nicer to keep that as part of the recording. I am just as of yesterday, I've updated the Twitch to where all of our past streams are there as their own uploaded videos with thumbnails, titles, all that stuff. in collections, which are basically playlists on here, for rewatching in the future if you wish. Every episode of me doing this, Maddie doing Senzu novelization, and Ted playing video games. They're all there now. And then I'll continue to do that every week. Once that week is over, I'll download them, re-upload them, because they disappear after 14 days. And judging by last week's you guys wanted to keep the streams to watch them again at some point. Yeah, why is Madame Rouge blue? You would think Rouge that she'd be red. Maybe that's her original look, I guess. Weird. Alright, well. Okay. This is a pretty cool little group shot here of the Justice League. It would make for a cool cover or something at some point. Anybody in this crowd that we didn't already catch? Nope. I'm just looking out for, like, I'm assuming if I was doing this issue, I would sneak in. I mean, I guess maybe that was their crazy quilt for this. I would sneak in just a random villain that wasn't supposed to be there for like one panel. Looks like we're good there too. Fave DCAU characters, Batman question is close second. I like Alfred. He's zany. Interestingly, Reverse Flash not shown. Oh no, he is shown with lightning on the previous page, but they have Just League Adventures 6 at your library? Is that what you're saying, Jacob? Yeah, they chase after him. Okay. Amazo, Shark. Yeah, he just calls him Shark. Okay. Grundy. Well, he doesn't call him Solomon Grundy, but I think it is just the Shark. Gather up the women. Like how it's just insinuated, like, okay, and they just do it. The women don't protest at all. Nothing going on here. Madame Rouge. Did they spell Rouge? Right, yeah, they did. Rogue is with the U after the G. Like how in this panel here in the middle, it's supposed to kind of be like Hawk Girl as Roxy Rocket is worried that they'll catch her, and Catwoman is like, huh? Why does she look worried? Maybe she's one of them. And then they're like both surprised. But then it just turns out later that Catwoman is Wonder Woman, so I don't know. I'd like to speak to your manager. Yes, she does. And Madame Rouge has I'd really like to speak to your manager. Yeah, we didn't miss anybody from this, so I'll go ahead and close it. By the way, that picture is not very large, high definition den, so whatever you're wanting it for, good luck. Okay. Hawk Girl is a master of ancient weapons, like Catwoman's whip. Is Catwoman's whip normally an ancient weapon? I'll at least note Catwoman's whip. I'll put Catwoman's isn't what? Didn't I'm trying to catch up on the chat to figure out what we're talking about here. Oh, whatever. Catwoman's whip is referred to as an ancient weapon. That's just in my notes. Nothing necessarily not canon about that, but a little weird. Queen Bee, too obvious. Her wings look nothing like Hawkgirl's wings. Okay. Don't think I've counted the Flash in here yet. So far we've got Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern, John Jones, and Hawkgirl. Okay, so they're all on there now. This feels like an issue they all need to be here for. So many bad guys. But there's just some issues where I don't understand why they felt the need to shove all 7 characters. I think it's like every issue, basically, that all 7 of them are there. It's Thundercrack can destroy planets. Yeah. Isn't Catwoman's face supposed to be white? That's something we've talked about with Tim Levins before. For this, it doesn't matter because it turns out to be Wonder Woman, so it wouldn't be anyway. Tim Levins is the artist for a lot of Gotham Adventures. I asked him once about that, and he told us about how on the, let's see if I can bring it up here. I've got, it's going to take my computer a minute to boot it up. I've got a, I've got the model sheet for Catwoman from the new Batman Adventures. On the colored model sheet, she has, you know, the light blue skin, like Harley Quinn kind of color. And according to Tim Levins, he believes that to be a mistake, that it wasn't intended to be colored like that, because if you see in like episodes, she like pulls the mask back and just has normal skin color. She doesn't have weird pale white skin. Let's see if I can get to it here. Model sheets. Bring this up over here. TNBA. Catwoman. So here's our... Yeah, here we go. The Catwoman model sheet is colored like this, but it doesn't... It seems to be a mistake, according to him. I believe he purposely did not color her like that in Gotham Adventure, or like he didn't, you know, he's overseeing the art sort of stuff. Anyway, it's another one of those weird things that isn't really ever explained, but it's more likely to be a mistake because there's no reason it should be like that. She doesn't pull down the mask and have like a vaporized, you know, shield of color that comes down or something. You can find a lot of model sheets on DCAnimated.com. That's the world's finest. They have a lot of good stuff for the older shows. But also Maddie and I and Ted have been scouring the internet for years, finding them all over the place. A lot of stuff is out there if you look hard enough for it. Our eventual Watchtower Database website will have all of the publicly available model sheets that we've been able to find ever. I guess I can kind of sneak peek it a little bit with the like here's all our folders. At least for me, we have a whole Google Drive full of even more of this stuff. But this is my personal computer files. Yeah, like Batman the Animated Series, all the stuff that we have, down to, you know, here's a model sheet for Chris and Kelly Carlisle from House and Garden. Here's, let's see, let's do somebody that's in this, I believe I've got the group stuff here. I've got the Justice League Adventures one saved somewhere, I can't remember. But, let's do Cheetah. Not an official, you know, turnaround, but there's her official model. I don't know. Well, you'll see it eventually. You guys ever reached out to Charlotte Fullerton on the Lost Amy Duffy forums? Yes, a couple of times. I'm not sure where we sit with that, if she's responded or if she has just... if she has responded, I don't think it's gone anywhere. I don't think we've ended up getting access to that. But yes, we're occasionally, trying to chat with her about that. There was a ton of stuff on there that is just lost forever that we'd love to get our hands on. Quotes from him, model sheets, promotional images, all sorts of stuff. Catwoman's white face was like Batman's eye makeup. It could be. We've seen stuff like Batman and Harley Quinn. She rubs off all of the makeup, including her mask, insinuating that the mask is makeup, but in Mad Love, she pulls the mask off like a mask. It's cartoons, who knows? Sure has some hush-hush plans for that. Okay. Yeah, I knew there was discussion, but I didn't know where it went. Alright, anyway, continuing on. Still the same. Guys, Deadshot looks slightly different. I don't know why they colored his accents gold in this. They were all silver in the cartoon, but it's whatever. Like how Flash is this, it was something I wonder about these disguises for some of the characters is this isn't what Flash's face is shaped like. So is this one of those 1966 Alfred masks that Batman has in Starcrossed? He just has it, and he also has them in Superman Adventures, very realistic masks of real people. He can Mission Impossible style disguise the Justice League with. That's my headcanon. How they very easily Reverse Flash, they're chasing him, they just run after him. Normal human people run after Eobard Thawne, and then the next time we see him, he's just on the ground being kicked in the face it looks like he managed to get Heatwave and Weather Wizard, but these buffoons managed to knock out the Reverse Flash. I don't know about that. Not canon. I'm just going to take a note of the fact that Reverse Flash is confirmed to be Eobard Thawne. What is the points on Twitch? We haven't quite figured that out yet. I believe it's bits, and you can purchase bits and then send bits to us, and it basically counts as small amount of money, but I don't know for sure. I know you can also gift us a subscription if you have an Amazon Prime account. It is no extra cost to you. If you log in using your Amazon Prime account and gift us a subscription, we get the subscription payment, but you do not pay any extra money than you already pay for Amazon Prime. But I don't know exactly how it works, because even just this morning, Adam was talking to me about the partner program on Twitch and how potentially we have to be a partner in order to see any money from Twitch. So I'm not positive. It's something we're still kind of figuring out. But I hope you guys are enjoying the streams regardless. A boomerang to the eye can screw over even the mightiest of speedsters. That's true. But is that how they did it? I don't know. Maybe, okay. I made that joke earlier about how Reverse Flash is, it doesn't work. I was going to say, I made the joke earlier about how, maybe this is the DCAU Reverse Flash, and he's hopping around universes trying to keep himself alive from the bullet hole. And that's why they can catch up to him, is because he's slower than normal, just like in Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. But nah, I don't see any bullet hole. What if they had? That would be so amazing though, if they had the foresight to put a bleeding bullet hole in Reverse Flash's forehead, and there's just like, 20 years of us going, why is there a bullet hole in Reverse? And then they reveal it in that movie. Oh my god, that would have been something. but I don't know. Okay. Still more fighting between people. Like how Hawk Girl as Roxy Rocket is just fighting them for no reason, just to keep up appearances. And Superman impersonate. Solomon Grundy smash you good. This would be one of those stories that couldn't really translate to animation very well, because you would just hear George Newbern voicing Solomon Grundy and be like, why is it George Newbern? Although, I guess Superman, he has the voice manipulation power, so he could easily do this. He could be Solomon Grundy. Yep. Yeah, I got this before you all said it. So there. Like in nighttime, Den? Like in nighttime? Is that what you mean? I'm sorry, Den. Okay. Moving on. Still same nothingness. Interesting how... So we were talking in the chat earlier about how Firefly is in his original costume instead of the Batman Adventures volume, or Batman Adventures Continue new costume that we've seen. But it looks like he does have the new flame gun from that. I'll bring it up here. Just continue, number 4. This one looks pretty similar to this guy. Not exactly the same, but pretty close. Oh, don't look at this bottom of the image, though. Yeah, those are pretty similar looking flame guns. So that's interesting. I will note that down. Obviously, they probably didn't do that on purpose, but Firefly's flame gun looks very similar to the one from Batman The Adventures Continue. So normally it's just a little, kind of gun like this looking thing. Volcana made fun of his small flame gun in Only a Dream. Oh yeah, shit, Superman can change his voice, huh? That's probably how he's mimicking Solomon Grundy. That's a good point. Firefly also knows that Amazo or knows that Jean Jones has a fire weakness. Firefly knows Jean Jones has a fire weakness. Bacon, if you say something worth me yelling at you, like if you spoil epilogue, please don't do that. It's referring to him going from Jason Marsden to Tim Daly to George Newbern and Christopher McDonald. I don't know what y'all talking about. That's also true. Yeah, there was Mark Hamill in the middle of all that. We just never saw it. Okay. I'm going to put non-canon Amazo don't work. We saw his origin in Tabula Rasa. I guess I could put in the concrete for this. Amazo. I won't put Floronic Man, but there was someone else. Let me go back to the... Come on, show me the pages. Back to here. Oh. Good job, DC Universe. There we go. Parasite. Metallo. These are all people who we see their origins in episodes. Clayface. Firefly. Riddler. Well, we don't see Bane's origin. He's already like in prison when they go to when Candace goes to get him out. Who else is in here? I guess that's it. Yeah, okay. Go back to where we were. Here. Okay. I really like this part. Just, you idiots! And then you just, hey, Major Disaster, shut up, and just flame guns him. Clayface is spicy. That's true. You see, it's his first interaction with Batman. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can put him. I mean, that would go for, like, Poison Ivy also. Bye, Martian Boy Hunter. See you next time. See you tomorrow during Ted's stream. Being in prison is Bane's story. Yeah, he was born in prison. That's true. He was born in the darkness, molded by it, in fact, you could say. Okay. You know the sting the cops used to run, so we've got a mention of Central City Police. Mentioned. It is funny that the Justice League decides, like, hey, we're a Justice League now. Why don't we just get rid of all the bad guys at once? We'll hold an auction using fake Kronos that everybody already knows is a person for some reason. This just establishes all of these characters have been part of this universe off screen until this point for seemingly no reason. Got boomerangs. It did work really well for them, yeah. Okay, did I put yeah, Batman and actual Kronos are both in this issue. Batman's like, shit, Kronos is actually here. Maybe he's a Kronos from the future? They already know his shtick. Okay, I'm going to put in the notes here, supervillains seem to be familiar with Kronos. They accept his invite to come to his island. And at least Captain Cold knows of Kronos's time travel powers. Yeah, Maddie, I don't know if you were here earlier when I was talking about it. I was talking about all the, like, Scott Peterson talking to us, to me and Ted in the interview about them not feeling it's their place to introduce characters that weren't on the show yet, and this issue just goes, well, fuck that, and just puts 60 guys in there for no reason. Yeah, they let them blow their load for, yeah, a bunch of characters that will show up later differently. I think maybe this comic was just much more for, like, buy this comic, please give us money, and less for, like, staying necessarily in line with the show. Yeah, he wasn't. Okay, superstitious cowardly lot. Batman calls, this is just a note I'm taking, the villains superstitious. What does he say? Cowardly. Just like in Out of the Past and the Once and Future thing. A superstitious, cowardly lot. They plan and plot, but they always get caught. Their evil schemes all come to naught. A superstitious cowardly lot. Oh, hey, the battering has the correct amount of spikes. Well done, Minescu. Oh, Count Vertigo was Green Lantern. That's why he had green hand things. Superpowers revealed to be GL Constructs leader. Yes, he is Maddie from Watchtower. And Zendaya is Michi. That's true. Everybody reveals their hand here in this issue. Okay, seeming to draw. Oh, I didn't notice this. This is kind of a cool little. Is a clock. It's got times surrounding it. It's a cool little thing. Okay, and we got Lasso of Truth. I think this is the first issue where we've not had a Lasso of Truth, moment where it goes like, "Oh, my lasso can make you tell the truth," like it never has on the on the show before. It's funny seeing Solomon Grundy like that. Okay. John Jones is Michi here in this panel. He switches places. Jean, I'm gonna keep this in the same. Well, no, I did. Okay, Jean has super breath. Just an interesting thing. Yeah, I didn't go through this comic at all for John Jones's powers. I did for the Superman one. The John Jones one was the first one I did, so it was a little less than some of the other ones. It's also weird that they just saw him, and somehow Amazo manages to switch places with Jean. So is this also Amazo? I don't know. They only use Grundy's first name in one episode, Fury. Well, it's on his gravestone in Terror Beyond as well. Terror Beyond is a funny title because I remember when the Justice League Season 2 episode guide, or the episode like TV guide listings came out before the season started. We all saw the Terror Beyond, and we're like, oh hell yeah, we're getting a Batman Beyond crossover, and then it was not anything to do with that. So we did eventually, of course, get that, but not the same. Epilogue, keep Epilogue a secret. Mesa shouldn't have been knocked out by one slap. Is that what happens here? Oh yeah, one punch here. Yeah, from Batman even. Maybe he had kryptonite in his hand. Let's pretend. Okay, how do you know it wasn't Jean? Oh, Jean is right here. Okay, he was with Flash. Right, is he in the background of this other thing approaching? Oh no, Flash isn't here yet. Okay. It would be like Flash approaching in the background here with Jean, and there's just another Jean who's like, oh crap. Yeah, what was Amazo's plan? He didn't even take out the real Jean Jones. He just pretended to be Jean Jones. Maybe I can get away with this. Maybe the world's greatest detective won't notice that I'm not Jean Jones. When you work with people long enough, you get to know who they really are. Shut up, computer. When you work with people long enough, you get to know who they really are. Batman. We can continue to assume that perhaps Justice League Adventures is out of order, just like Batman animated series and stuff, and that maybe this issue takes place, like this would be the only real way for it to work, is if this issue took place after all of these characters that do make appearances later have been introduced on the show or in a actual canonly way. But there's no evidence that that's necessarily the case. It would have to be at least after the Once and Future thing for Kronos. I think that's the farthest out any of these characters originate from. It's not the same Royal Flush Gang. Yeah, lots of stuff to consider for this one. But yeah. And the adventure continues. Well, I think that pretty much covers it. Look at this list of names. Holy crap. That's compared to the longest one so far, I believe, was this one, number 2. And now I've just got this gigantic thing here. Of course, I'm going to mark this one as probably not canon. Or at least, oh my gosh, it's so hard to see what I'm doing here. I'm marking the ones in red that are more than likely not going to work out in the end, but I will keep everything innocent until proven guilty, until the last minute, once we can do our best. We always try to fit it in, and it's the stuff that doesn't work that makes it not work. So just tidying up wish there was a hotkey for this, but we're on Google Sheets and I don't believe there is. Okay, now of course I have to drag this back out again. Alright. Well, we made it. That was Justice League Adventures number 6. Only took almost an hour longer than these normally take. I think that was sort of anticipated. Thanks everyone for sticking around. We've had basically the same amount of people here the whole time. I appreciate it. So yeah, I'm sorry if I didn't go quite as crazy as you had hoped for. I did enjoy going through this. Had a lot less problem naming all these guys than I thought I would. I'm really glad you guys were here to help me out with some of it, like Crazy Quilt. That's also part of doing this as a stream, is we get input from you guys watching. So anyway, yep, join me next time. We're gonna go through Justice League Adventures number 7, of course. So we finally, on DC Universe, we finally made it through the first, row. Oh, come on. Yeah, the first row of issues, all 6. So we're on number 7 this next time. This is where Flash turns 2D. It's not too much longer before I had these first 12 or so, maybe up to about here with this Aquaman one issues as a kid, and then from there on I did not have any of them except for this Robin one, second to last. So I've read them all, but on Comixology several years ago, but there are a lot of them that I am going to be going through pretty virginally, not having read them in a long time. And but this one coming up next is going to be pretty fun. I referenced this for the Superman Powers video, where he can see TV signals, microwaves, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so I'll be here again next Tuesday and at noon Pacific time. Tomorrow we got Ted playing more Batman the Animated Series on Game Boy. And Thursday, of course, is Maddie reading more Rise of Sinzu novelization because it's Thursday. So yeah, follow us here on Twitch, follow us on social media at DCAU Watchtower, support us on Patreon if you have the means. Again, like I mentioned up top, we're going to be finding a charity organization to donate to, or a fundraiser for, I should say, for the all the fun stuff going on right now in the real world. We'll be announcing that soon, and yeah, you guys will see that, and it'll be good. And that's it. I don't know. thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.